Okay, welcome back everyone to another episode of Ty and Jimmy Talk, the penultimate episode of 2023.
Don't say that.
Well, it is.
I know it is. It's just sad to say
the penultimate episode of 2023, episode 31.
Gosh, it's gone by so quick.
It has gone by real quick. You know, we came back like 5 months ago.
What was that, 16 episodes ago now?
Yeah, we came back with episode 15, so yeah. How
That's
fast is
insane.
that?
That's gone by
We've
so
more than
quick.
doubled our output over the past couple of months than what we did like a
for
year
an
and a half
entire
ago.
year.
Yeah.
We did skip a few months, but like...
But you know, we got there in the end.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, just
it had to happen.
A little 9-month pregnancy in the middle there.
It was all canon, so
Yeah.
it was a canon event.
It was a canon event. It had to happen.
Yeah, so we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be talking about TCG, more specifically kind of our collections, our memories, I guess, with collecting trading cards. Now, Tyler's is going to be a lot more expansive than mine. I just sort of stuck to Pokemon. You haven't.
I honestly could spend this whole podcast not even mentioning Pokemon.
No.
And I would still have plenty to say.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you talk about and what you don't.
Well, do you just want to jump in?
Let's just
jump right in.
Jump straight into it, mate.
Straight into it.
Oh god. No, my
Did you just knock all the cards off the table, dude?
They're not in a ideal location. You guys won't be able to see the cards. I just have them here just
so that you can look at them.
So I can look at them and so I can talk about them.
Yeah.
Should I go first?
Yeah, what was your like earliest memory of collecting cards?
So I didn't really collect cards until I was 8. My older brother and sister had like Wizards of the Coast Pokemon cards probably up until Expedition. It was the first set when they started changing like the look of the cards.
Sure,
I think it's Expedition.
Expedition was the final
not
the final Wizard set, I believe.
Oh, okay. It might be Skyridge or something.
Or maybe
Whatever
Skyridge was the final one. Either way, they're both Wizards of the Coast
Either way,
sets.
the E-Series cards.
Yes.
There you go. We didn't have any of those, but we had a lot of basically everything up until that point.
Sure.
So they used to have a lot of base set, Gym Leader, Gym Challenge and Gym Heroes cards.
Yep.
So yeah, I grew up just sort of looking and playing with those, I guess. That's why I have a note here. The base set Charmander is my favorite card. It's the first card I remember seeing, I think, in my life.
True.
It also looks goofy as fuck.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Summarizes me, I guess. Because like Charmander's just, his tail's just burning some grass off. It's just setting this wild blaze in the grasslands. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So I kind of grew up with that. I think the first pack I ever got was when we came down to Brisbane, which was kind of a luxury for me, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think my parents got me, I wrote down the set. What was it? Dragon Frontiers.
Oh,
I think was the first pack I ever got. I think that's what it was. I think I was around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I remember pulling, and I think you have the card now, the Holo Ampharos.
Yes.
The Delta species one.
I do have that.
You do have that? I think I pulled the Typhlosion as well.
Yeah. The Delta species. Yeah.
I've lost those cards since, unfortunately, which I really hate. I did end up buying it again.
I was going to say, you bought a Typhlosion.
Yeah, I got it here. Typhlosion, the Delta species there. But I've still got the Quilava I got in the pack. It's in this folder here. And
tight.
the Cyndaquil from that. So I can still remember the pack smell.
Yeah.
From when I got those.
God,
they used to have a strong pack smell back in the day.
They really did.
So I got that. And then I just sort of got cards sort of haphazardly over the years as I grew up, whether there was opening packs randomly or trading them with friends and stuff. Like I used to bring it to school all the time. So I remember on a Melbourne trip, I got this free pack blister of Mystical Treasures.
Oh, yeah.
Where Magmortar was the holo.
Yep.
And I pulled a Darkrai from that, and I have memories of just being in the car, just looking at those cards.
Yeah.
Just looking at them like, these look fucking sick.
Yeah,
and this is when Diamond and Pearl just come out, so I wasn't really familiar with some of these Pokemon.
Yeah.
So they looked awesome. Gosh, I wrote too much about how I grew up with Pokemon cards. I'll try and be a bit quick. But yeah, so I just sort of got Diamond and Pearl cards over the years, and then when Black and White came out, I have one specific memory of me and my brother Matt. We went and got the starter decks. So I got the Emboar starter deck.
Yeah.
He got the Samurott starter deck.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just like the day before school or something. And then we went and saw Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the first movie.
I didn't know you'd actually seen that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I've seen the trilogy.
I wanna do a podcast about the trilogy.
Let's do it.
We're absolutely 2024. We're doing a podcast about the Diary of a Wimpy Kid trilogy.
The first episode back is Diary of a Wimpy Kid trilogy.
It's not going to be the first episode back, but it's going to be early.
It'll be
we
early.
need another one for January, so that's going to be in there.
We got it. So yeah, I remember that, and then I remember when we left the cinemas, I left my iPod Touch there.
Is there a fucking helicopter outside right now,
dude?
There's a fucking helicopter outside.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
dude.
go on. Sorry, you left your iPod Touch.
Yeah, and I had to like go back and get it. So I went into the cinema whilst there was like another movie on. I had to like go and find it amongst the seats. I did find it. Nice. So yes, and I have memories like getting a Restaurant promo tin, which I still have the tin at home, and I've got the promos in this stack here.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I got packs for that Gen 6. I remember getting a Delphox starter deck, and then getting Flashfire Charizard EXs when I went to Japan, which are really cool. And then just collecting them over time. And like Gen 7, I got a booster box. And the funny thing was is that all of the GXs I got were full arts. And I thought at the time they were just how GXs looked.
Yeah.
But then I looked back when I started collecting cards again. I'm like, no, that was a weird ass box. I got maybe 7 or 8 full arts.
Holy shit.
I don't...
Which set was that?
Burning Shadows.
Burning Shadows, nice.
And I'm kind of questioning the legitimacy of this box now. The more I think about it, I'm like, no, I got it from Neo Tokyo.
It was a hella, error box.
Yeah, error, just absolute stacked box.
Damn.
Shout outs to Neo Tokyo, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Gen 8 was when I really got back into Pokemon cards. That's when I had money to spend. That's when I had a job and everything. So my brothers were getting back into it, and they were getting to Chilling Reign.
Yeah.
And then Evolving Skies came out.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, you kind of fell in with what's the set called? It was like before Chilling Reign.
Yep.
Not Rebel Clash. It
No,
was,
I literally wrote it down. I've got a whole set of it in the cupboard just over here. Battle Styles.
Battle Styles. Yeah.
Everyone's least favorite set.
Hey, that set kind of goes
Even
hard.
though I really like it.
Yeah, it's a cool set.
Yeah.
So I got a booster box of that, and I got really good pulls, which wasn't good because I ended up falling down the rabbit hole. I got Sylveon V alt art. I got the Dragonite V alt art. I got...
Yes, you did, you fucker.
Yeah. I think, were we friends then?
Yeah.
Yes, we were. I was
we were
sending
opening
you
Evolving Skies stuff together.
Yeah, I remember that because I was sending you pictures.
We were opening Chilling Reign stuff. I mean, after the fact.
Yeah,
but we were
after
opening
the
Chilling Reign stuff together.
I remember that. And then I just sort of just getting nearly every Gen 8 set after that. So you got Fusion Strike Celebrations, which we opened together, and you really fell down the rabbit hole of Celebrations.
Yeah, I've got notes about that.
We'll talk about that in a sec. And then Brilliant Stars, where I got the Charizard art from like a random pack.
Yes,
and I think I got all of the Charizards except the normal Charizard V.
yeah.
Astral Radiance, which we opened a box on the channel. Yep. You pulled the gold Dialga V-Star.
Indeed.
And yeah, so I skipped out on like a couple of Gen 8 sets, like Crown Zenith. I think that was it actually. And
Crown Zenith was a huge set though.
I should have got into it, but I didn't. I was just like, eh. And then Scarlet and Violet, we started getting the Japanese booster boxes for the first couple of sets. And then I got Obsidian Flames booster box in English, and I got the rarest Charizard from that.
Yes.
And then I've also just started like buying Wizard of the Coast holos as well. So I got here like an Alakazam base set holo. I've got a Blaine's Moltres first edition, which was somehow on sale on eBay, and I found it for a good price.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And yeah, that's just sort of where I'm at with my trading cards, just sort of buying holos from Wizard of the Coast, and if there's a cool English set out, I'll probably get it. But that's where I'm at. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! I had a couple of cards, but I never really got into it.
Oh, I had lots to say about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. But yeah, I had a Slifer somehow. Is that what his name?
Slifer the Sky Dragon.
Yeah. It was in a shit state when I got it. So I don't know if it's legit, but I think I still have it somewhere. I have to go find it. But yeah, apart from that, it's really just been Pokemon. And I guess Alestrals. We'll talk about Alestrals.
We'll talk about Alestrals, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's sort of my memories with growing up with Pokemon TCG. What about...
Some of that is new information to me. That's nice.
Yeah, most of that would be.
Yeah, I like that. That's lovely. I've learned your origins.
Yeah, the origins with Lost Origins, dude.
Lost Origins?
Dude, look at me go. I'm just seeing if there's any other cards here that I have specific memories with.
Yeah.
We'll jump to you in just a sec. Oh, there's a Vaporeon in there. I don't know what that's
Dude,
doing in
did
there.
you know that?
I knew you were going to say that. No, let's jump to you.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
So my earliest memories of trading cards are Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I do not remember how I acquired so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was a child. I'm talking like grade 1 and grade 2. I mean like 03, 04.
Yeah.
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I was never collecting them. I was getting Yu-Gi-Oh cards to play.
Oh, really? Like the actual game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Me and like my friends in like grade 1, 2, 3, we were hard into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends had a dual disc. And like anytime we went to his house, I was like, dude, let me wear the
I'm
dual
going to
disc.
wear it. Yeah, I was the same with one of my friends too.
They are so cool, man. I've always wanted one. I used to have one actually, just like a second-hand one from like a Salvos or something. It broke though.
Surely we both buy one and like do a duel with it.
That would be really cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Video ideas.
2024, baby.
I don't know how or where, but I had like a pretty decent Pegasus deck, like a Toon deck, like Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon and all these other Toon cards. I don't know where I got them, to be honest. I don't remember ever buying Yu-Gi-Oh packs at that age.
Yeah.
But when I was then, like, like this is like 2003, 2004. You get into like 2004, 5, and 6. That is when everything started to really compound for me. The 3 memories I have the most of trading cards from my childhood. The Neopets McDonald's promos from 2004.
Yeah.
The Duel Masters McDonald's promos from 2004 or 2005. I couldn't find a proper year.
Yeah.
And the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX McDonald's promos.
Is that when GX started?
06, 07. Yeah, GX didn't come out in English until 05.
Oh, okay.
But then I didn't probably start watching it until like 06 or something.
Yeah.
But I remember I have some of those Neopets cards in that cupboard right now.
I remember you showing me, yeah.
The Duel Masters promos, I knew nothing about Duel Masters, but they were trading cards that I got with my Happy Meals, so I was a happy boy. And then the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX promos, those were the ones where I first, like, it came with a checklist card.
Oh, no.
And that, I think, is what fucking did it for me. There was a checklist card.
Yeah.
And I collected all 20 of them. I think there were 20. I collected all 20. Elemental Hero Electrum, the Alt Art like Burstinatrix card, White-Horned Dragon. I still remember them, dude.
Is this your first master set?
Yeah, all 20 of the McDonald's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX promo cards.
Hey, man, it's like a complete set.
That, I don't have them anymore. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is where I really fell down the collecting rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Jaden Yuki so fucking bad. I wanted all of his Elemental Hero cards.
Yeah.
And so I did. I was buying packs. Well, my mum was buying packs for me.
You're like, a hardworking boy.
Yeah, Jaden Yuki duelist packs. I was buying structure decks. I was buying like elemental energy packs. I was like all over it. Like I sat down with one of my friends and we watched through like so much Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Yeah.
And we wrote down like every card that Jaden used in the show.
Yeah.
And I got fucking all of them.
Jesus
Christ. I went so hard. All like first edition original cards.
Really?
Too. You cannot imagine how much some of those are worth now.
Do you not have them anymore?
So when I was then in grade 6, it would have been, which was 2008.
Yeah.
I never took my collection to school. I only ever took my decks and a little trading deck as well, so I could get more cards. I only ever took my decks because I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point.
Yeah.
But I was also collecting the Elemental Hero cards on the side as well. I took my tin to school, and did you have chair bags? Chair bags. They like slide onto the back of your chair and it like hangs down to the ground and it's like just like storage stuff. We didn't have desks, we had chair bags.
Yeah, okay.
And I took my tin to school and I didn't tell anyone that I had it with me. I was just showing it to one of my friends at lunchtime and I tucked it in the bottom of my chair bag, covered it with all my shit so that no one would find it. And then someone did and it got stolen and I never saw those cards again.
That's depressing.
I still think about it. I still think about it, dude.
Do you think you're just like not very subtle about putting all the cards in?
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but like
someone was watching you.
Someone took them, and I
damn them.
Never found them. Never had Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever again.
Well, I think this is the perfect platform to, if you are that person and you watch this video, if you can come forth.
Can I just say there was one guy who knew that they were in there, and his name was and I swear to God, if it was you,
I swear to
if
God.
somehow you're watching this, he used to be a really good artist. I really liked him. He was a
Yeah.
real cool guy. But like, if it was you, I swear to God,
Not such a cool guy.
I don't remember his
Yeah.
last name, and I wouldn't say it even if I did. But like, fucking, he went to. Actually, bleep that out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bleep
you
that
can
out.
bleep that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, no, for real, I
That
told
actually
one
saddens
person,
me to hear. Fuck.
it broke my. One of my teachers, who was very, very kind,
Yeah.
who didn't understand what was going on, but was very, very kind,
Yeah.
helped me print up like posters for like the list of cards that were taken.
Yeah.
And she helped me put them around the school to
That's
try and like
depressing.
help find them. She offered a reward for people who
What was the
had
reward?
information. I don't know, like probably a fucking Zupa Duper or something. I would have done it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, like she was really lovely in helping me do it. But yeah, I never saw him again.
That's depressing.
And thus ended my Yu-Gi-Oh journey.
Well, just from there, you're like,
Yep.
fuck this.
From there, I was like, you know what? I spent so much time and money
Yeah.
and effort and love building that collection,
Yeah.
and they're gone, and that's it.
Would you ever go back and do it again?
I have made a checklist in recent years of all of those cards,
Yeah.
as well as a few extras that I just never had the funds to get back in the day. And I really did consider buying a folder
should.
and trying to find first edition copies of all of these Elemental Hero cards. And
should.
to be honest, I found quite a number on eBay for a very reasonable price. But I just never committed. I never pulled the trigger. I think it wouldn't be the same, you know?
It'd be somewhat of
Nah.
a redemption having those cards again.
It would
Surely.
be, but like,
It's just not
I don't
the
know.
same.
It just wouldn't be the same.
It's not the same as you when you actively sought and got those cards.
Yeah, it feels different now.
Yeah.
And I feel like that I'm content with that chapter being closed, as much as it depresses me.
You've had closure on it.
I have a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then also, right after that happened, one of my really good friends, Andrew, he was the year above me, and we used to like. He never played Yu-Gi-Oh, but he was always he was into the cards, but he
Yeah.
never had any himself. He was a Pokemon card collector. He came to school like a few days later and was like, "Hey, like I heard what happened.
Yeah.
It's really awful." And he's like, "I know it's not the same,
Yeah.
but I have all of these Pokemon doubles." And he handed me like a sizable stack of doubles.
Yeah.
He's like, "I have all of these cards. You can have them if you would like."
What a Chad.
And this was like '08, so like a couple of Diamond and Pearl sets out. There are a couple of Diamond and Pearl cards in there, but it was mostly Gen 3 cards.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm getting emotional, dude.
Yeah, that's all right.
It was mostly Gen 3 cards, but it was like
Yeah.
a good chunk of Gen 4 cards as well. And so he gave me those. And this was the point in time where I was playing my sister's Platinum, my sister's Pearl.
Yeah.
And I'd played Sapphire up to this point, so I knew of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It wasn't heavy on my radar, but I knew of it well enough
Yeah.
to look at the cards and go, these are really cool.
So cool. Yeah.
And that's when it started.
And hasn't ended since.
No, so then over the years following, I collected like so many cards from the Diamond and Pearl era,
Yeah.
from so many sets. I went hard on the Platinum era when that came out. I bought structure decks. I bought tins. I was all over it.
Yeah.
And then Heart Gold Soul Silver era, I bought a bunch of cards from that.
Yeah.
Got some really good shit from there. Black and White era came around.
Yep.
I bought those 3 starter decks.
You got
The
all
one-
3 of them,
I got
yeah.
all 3 of them. I got the Reshiram and Zekrom tins. I went hard on the Black and White era.
Yeah.
And then after like a couple of sets of Black and White, probably like 2012, 2013,
Yeah.
maybe 2012, I just sort of stopped buying
Fell
cards.
off, yeah.
Yeah, like I just didn't buy anymore. I had my collection. I was like, this is fine. This is
Yeah.
what I've got. And that was where it stayed for quite a while. I didn't even look at cards again after that for the rest
Yeah.
of high school until I moved out of home when I was in my like second year of uni. And I needed some quick cash, and I sold all of my Pokemon cards for like a cool hundo. And there are some cards in that collection that are worth like $800-900 now just on their own.
If you want to see what those cards were, it's in Mario 64 episode
3, 4.
I think it's
Episode
4.
4.
I think it's episode
I'll
4.
put it on the screen, whatever the
Yeah,
thumbnail
so
is, but,
Tyler
like-
talked about all of the cards that he sold, and there's pictures of it.
There's
I mean, you
pictures
could probably
of them
put it
there.
here as well if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
But that was depressing to find out.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I get it. I get the hustle, but imagine if he still had those cards.
But yeah, I guess like backtracking a little bit before I move on to Pokemon stuff.
Yeah.
Other things during that time period when I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh cards that sort of helped shape that addiction as well. SpongeBob Krusty cards. So
What? What the fuck?
so this was a Partworks at a news agency. You know what a Partworks is?
Yeah.
Where like you go in and like every week or fortnight or month, it's like build the DeLorean in 800 parts. Only $1 for the first issue, then $25 for every subsequent one. You know, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And there was one called SpongeBob Krusty cards, where every week,
Jesus.
you got a magazine that had comics and games and whatever in it, SpongeBob related, and then you also got a pack or 2 or 3 packs of trading cards.
Yeah.
Randomized cards, mind you. These are randomized cards. This isn't like a set thing.
Yeah.
You had to only get them from the newsagent from this Partworks.
Jesus.
And the first week, you got like 2 packs. The second week, you got like a little treasure chest. I still have the treasure chest in.
You show
in
me
my
after
cupboard.
this.
I'll show you
see
after.
this chest. Yeah.
I house my One Piece cards in it.
Oh, that
because I
makes
don't have the
sense.
SpongeBob ones anymore. But we'll get to that.
Jesus Christ.
But like, yeah, and I probably collected like, 13 issues of that or whatever. So I got
Yeah.
a good amount. I got a good amount of cards.
Yep.
There were scratch and sniff cards. There were foil cards that I had.
Scratch and sniff
There were
are
lenticular
best.
cards that I never pulled, but I knew they existed. Crusty cards, they helped me a lot.
Yeah.
They were great. Oh, at the same time, there was one called Ben 10 Alien Adventures. Same deal. It was a card-based Partworks. You get packs of Ben 10 cards. I got a bunch of those. Then I stopped because, it always gets real expensive. Those, like, 2 things, like the Partworks, the SpongeBob Krusty cards and the Ben 10 Alien Adventures cards, they were, like, formative trading card loves of mine as well.
Yeah.
I was never going to get full sets of them because
that's too much.
didn't have that kind of money and or like ability to then go and I didn't know anyone else who was collecting them, so I was like, how the fuck am I going to get more of these?
It's like oddly specific and local.
I also collected some Ben 10 Alien Force cards, but those were packs that I would buy off the shelf. They weren't like a Partworks thing. There was a Ben 10 trading card game that was different to the Alien Adventures game.
Oh, okay.
And so I got the second series of that, which was the Alien Force card game.
Yeah, right.
I got 2 out of 4 tins for that with promos and like, it was good. It was good shit. And then I also I posted a video recently opening old One Piece cards from 2005, 2006. I collected fuckloads of those, and I talk about that a lot more in that video. Highly recommend you check it out if that's something of interest.
Yeah.
It's fun. It was very nostalgic buying and ripping those cards again, and filling out a folder. It was very cool.
Yeah.
I preserved those cards so well. They're the only cards from my childhood that I still actively have. Because those Ben 10 cards, those SpongeBob cards, the Alien Force cards, any remaining Yu-Gi-Oh cards I had left over, I sold all of those at the same time as my Pokemon ones in a separate listing. So all of my trading cards went at the same time.
Damn.
Except for my One Piece
except
cards.
One Piece.
Except for my One Piece cards.
But you have some real good, valuable One Piece cards.
I've got some Gold Ray One Piece cards, which are very valuable now.
Yeah.
Valuable at the time, even more valuable now. But like, so it's I had a couple of like formative, and then obviously those Neopets promos, the Duel Masters promos. There was this other set of cards that I used to get from Kohl's, and I don't remember the name. It was like fucking Rocket Man or something, or Rocketeers or something, and they were really weird, like space themed cards. I don't remember them fully, but they're on the edge of my periphery. But if I ever saw a photo, I'd shit myself.
You'd know what it is.
Yeah. A lot of weird things over that time, and I'm sure there's more in there. There's fucking Nintendogs cards in there for sure. I got Nintendogs trading cards. Yeah, big time. There's definitely more in there. But then, as we shifted into Pokemon, after all of that, after I sold all of those, I hadn't collected cards since like 2012, 2013. Sold all of them in like 2016. Just was into collecting comics at that point in time. So changed.
I couldn't tell. Hey.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Just sort of changed addictions.
Yeah. Just went from one thing to another.
Yeah. But then in 2021, my partner and I were in JB Hi-Fi and they had a box of Battle Styles up on the counter.
Yeah.
And she was like interested by the idea of Pokemon cards. Had never really done them before. And I was like, I used to collect cards. And I was like, let's buy a couple packs. Like, let's buy a couple packs, rip them open together. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And we bought like 4 packs, I think. And the first pack I opened, I got a gold rare card.
Was that the
It was a level ball. But I went, fuck, it's a gold rare.
Yeah.
And I went, you know what? We should buy a folder and we should collect battle styles together. And she said, okay.
Yeah.
And so we went into EB Games the next day and we bought a folder and we bought like fucking 20 packs of battle styles.
Should have just got a box.
And then we went on eBay and bought a box. And then we went on eBay and bought a second box.
Jesus.
And then we filled out a folder of battle styles, and it was great fun.
Yeah,
and
sounds amazing.
We're still missing a couple of cards, like a couple of V cards, 2 booster boxes, and like 20 random packs, and we're still missing V cards.
Do you know which ones you're missing?
Like a fucking Empoleon, the only one I wanted.
The old art of the normal V
The
card?
normal.
Oh.
No, I mean like normal V cards. I mean like normal V cards.
Yeah.
We're still we opened 2 booster boxes, still missing
You're still
normal V cards.
And the 20 packs as well.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
And then from there, my partner was like, "Oh, I'm happy with this," but I'm like, "Oh, Evolving Skies looks pretty good," because that had just come out, and so I did Evolving Skies, and then pretty much the same as you from there.
Yeah.
Like, I went through Evolving Skies, went through a couple of other sets. I was much more a big fan of the smaller sets, like Celebrations or like Pokemon Go. Like, I like those a lot.
You got Vivid Voltage as well.
I also got
I
got a box of Vivid Voltage, and I'm still missing like 20 commons from the set.
20 commons.
Yes.
That was a big set.
English? No, it's not even. It's smaller than Battle Styles, I think.
Oh, is it?
Vivid Voltage is fucked, man.
Yeah.
I'm still missing commons.
That's
And
stupid.
I bought a booster box.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't understand. But like,
Yeah.
I fell off English sets except for special sets. I was gonna do Crown Zenith, but I saw the size and I went, that's why I don't want to do English sets.
Yeah.
But I've got a master set now of Celebrations, master set, except for the
Except
Charizard.
for the Charizard,
But
yeah.
I have the UPC Metal Charizard.
Yeah.
And I have all the promos and I have all the cards. I have a master set. I'm missing a couple of alt arts for Pokemon Go,
Yep.
but otherwise I've got a pretty near complete set of that.
Which ones are those?
Oh, I can't even remember. I'm missing the Mewtwo.
The Mewtwo,
I'm
yeah.
missing the Conkeldurr, I think. I don't know. There's a
yeah.
couple of things.
Yeah.
But I fell off English Pokemon real hard. And then I replaced it with Digimon cards.
Before you get to Digimon, though, can we talk about... Or is the timer? No, okay. How you started buying master sets of Jungle and Fossil?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't
your
even write
base
that
set
down.
hollows. This
yeah.
is the most impressive thing to me that you have card-wise.
Yeah, so I've got a near complete base set in mint condition, just missing a bunch of hollows.
Yep.
I also have a complete mint Jungle and a complete mint Fossil.
Yep.
All in a folder together, which is my pride and joy.
A lot of the times when I come over here, I just look at the folders and it's just amazing.
My pride and joy though is actually for my birthday a couple of years ago, my partner got me the base set trio in Japanese.
Oh, true.
The Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, the Japanese hollows from the Japanese base set.
What are the other ones that you have in the cases at the moment? You have.
I also have the Dark Charizard in mint Japanese as well.
Yeah.
I've got some nice cards in
They're
there.
very nice.
Yeah, that was like, I saw them on the shelf like in Game Traders, and I was like, "Fuck, I want them." And as we were walking away, my partner stopped me and she's like, "Do you want me to get them for you as a birthday present?" And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
Please. Yeah.
And so I still paid money towards them because it was not a cheap set.
Yeah.
I like paid. She told me, "Okay, I'll pay this much," and I said, "Okay, I'll pay the rest then." And so we went back and I got them. And
jealous.
because the guy had made me a deal, he was like, "Buy all these 3, I'll throw in the Dark Charizard for free." And so he did.
That's right, he did.
Yeah.
I remember when you sent me those pictures that day and I was just like, fuck you.
Yeah. They are my pride and joy.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And like, other than the fact that they are valuable and sought after cards, the fact that my partner got them for me, like, that makes them more valuable to me than any other card in my collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hi, we're back. We
back.
had a camera issue. It almost died, but we're back now.
Back. Right as I was about to launch into the meat of what I want to talk about, shockingly.
God, in between our break, Tyler just showed me all of his cars. I was
opened up the
oh
cupboard.
my God, this podcast
Stuff in there that you didn't even know I had.
No, I've seen a lot of it, but not some of it. Which was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
Digimon.
yes, I stopped collecting Pokemon cards in 2012, sold them all off, got back into it with Sword and Shield, like battle styles. Went through pretty much to the end of the Sword and Shield era.
Yep.
Not even to the end of it. Like, I think it was even as like God,
You
maybe
didn't
even
collect much of Lost Origin.
No, I bought singles for Lost Origin because at that
Yeah.
point I was buying Digimon. But yeah, basically, I went up to Dortmund to visit some friends, and one of them was showing me, he's like, oh my God, I got these new Digimon cards that came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
This was in 2021, over Easter, and he was showing me some of the EX1 Classic Collection, which was like the first like special set, but like the 6th set overall of the set, of the series.
Okay.
And they looked like the 90s Digimon cards, of which I used to have some of, and I was like, oh, these are really cool. And so we went up to Toowoomba, like to Grand Central, and I got some packs from EB Games, and I opened them, and I was like, the card stock is better.
Yeah.
The amount of cards in each pack is higher. You get guaranteed 2 rares in each pack, one of which could then be like a super rare or a secret rare or an alt art or whatever.
Yeah.
But at least one guaranteed rare and a second rare, if not something rarer. And I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so on the way home, on the drive back, I swung through Game Traders and I bought a box.
Yeah.
Because
Of that set?
Yep.
Yeah.
I bought a booster box and I opened it and I pulled the entire set. The entire set.
The entire
Except for like 2 super rares.
Yeah.
Which I then went on eBay and bought for like $5 a piece. So in
So
one
you just
day,
had a master set.
Yep. And I bought a folder for it and I was like, cool, this is me now. And so I did some digging and I found out that, that there were like 5 previous sets and that there was like a 6th and a 7th one was just about to come out. And I was like, okay, this is manageable. So I went back and I bought booster boxes for the first 3 sets was split across 2 booster boxes.
Yeah.
So it was like booster box 1.0 had like most of BT1 and then a bit of 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then like booster box 1.5 had a little bit of 1 and then mostly 2 and 3 to finish off. So that was 2 boxes. There was a box for BT4. I got a box for BT5.
Yep.
BT5 was the first box I bought other than the classic collection.
Yep.
But essentially, I collected sets 1 through 9 because three sets fit in one folder perfectly.
Like all the way to the last sleeve.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
like give or take 1 or 2 pages, but
Yeah.
like pretty much perfectly. So I have a folder that has sets 1, 2, and 3, a folder that has sets 4, 5, and 6, and a folder that has sets 7, 8, and 9. And then I have a
Insanity.
folder that has EX1 and EX2, which are the 2 special sets that came out in that time.
Yeah.
And then the back half of that folder is a catalog of the first 10 starter decks. And so I have those folders. I then also have another folder.
I forget.
I then also
much
have
you
another
bought.
folder of every single box topper, promo, event, tournament, and tamer party card from the first 2 years of the game. Every single one.
You just finished that off recently.
I finished that off
Yeah.
recently. That was
Yeah.
a long endeavor and
Yeah.
not one I took on lightly. I mapped that folder out to perfection before I bought it and started filling it. I mapped it out to
insane.
perfection.
Yeah. And you got it. Hey, I'm
And
proud
it's
of
done.
you. Proud of you, man.
You have no idea the relief when I slid in that final promo card, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I have that. I've also got a folder of alt arts for the sets. So I have a master set of the first 9 sets and then EX1 and 2, except for the alt arts, which
Yeah.
I'm still collecting, like just slowly.
Yeah.
The game's actually become a lot more reasonably priced recently.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm actually looking at some alt arts that were previously quite unobtainable and now are very obtainable.
Yeah.
Cards that have dropped from like over $200 down to like 80.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's go.
Very affordable, yeah.
So my goal currently is finishing off the alt art folder for the first 9 sets plus EX1 and 2, so the first 11 sets. I fell off with BT10 because there were 3 different sets of box toppers that came with it, totaling like 30 something cards just for the box toppers.
Yeah.
All of which had low pull rates.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucked. And then, so there was that element of it. And then starting with BT11, they added in into the rare slot you would always get a foil version of a common or an uncommon card from the set. So suddenly it went from being like, the only foil cards in the set were rares and super rares. And even then the rares only had foiling on the text. Super rares were the only foils.
Yeah.
Now every card has a foil variant.
So it's kind of like Pokemon.
Yep, like a reverse holo situation.
Yeah.
And so I went, no thank you. The main draw for Digimon for me, other than I only bought 1 booster box for each set. And I pretty much filled out the set from that one booster box.
Yeah, no, you could just buy singles.
And I buy
after that.
singles
Yeah.
to finish it after that. And honestly, that served me very well. And booster boxes for Digimon from Game Traders ranged from $100
Yeah.
to $120.
That's pretty cheap.
And that was the price range.
How many packs? in a box?
24 packs.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
less than Pokemon.
Yeah.
The sets were only 115 cards maximum.
Yeah.
The EX sets were only 72. Like, they're small sets. The card stock is way better.
Yeah.
They don't come out bent. I don't have any error or print line Digimon cards. Not a single fucking
Like
one.
the centering on them is really good. as
Centering's
well,
great. I like the art and the design of the cards a lot. It was cheaper. It was very affordable to like complete sets.
Yeah.
And Digimon was always something that I loved in the periphery, and so this has given me an opportunity to sort of extend that love a little bit.
Yeah.
Which has been really fun and
Yeah.
really engaging. And I have, one of my good, like, I talked to you about Pokemon cards, and we have Alestrals together now.
Yeah.
But then, like, one of my other really good friends, Luke, like, we talk about Digimon cards,
Yeah.
and like, he was collecting them. He got me into them. I have since very much surpassed him in terms of how many that we have.
Sorry, Luke.
Sorry, Luke. Fuck you, Luke.
Wow. Sorry,
He
Luke.
got me into it. he handed me the drugs and said, "Don't eat them."
He gave you the shovel for the rabbit hole that
Exactly.
you were about to jump into.
Hey, I could have not.
You could have
you know-
said no. Just say no.
I'm not gonna say no though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gobble it up. Nom 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 nom. nom.
yum.
But like, yeah, so I fell off Digimon as well, but I'm very content with where my collection sits. And like, I'm just going to keep getting alt arts when they pop up, when they're
Yeah.
affordable, when I can get them. Same as my base set holos for Pokemon.
And you do
I'll
your
just-
daily scrolling on eBay, and if it comes up,
I have search alerts on, you know?
I need to do that.
I have search alerts on for One Piece cards.
Yeah, that tracks.
for the original ones.
Yeah, sick.
I have bought some new One Piece cards from OP4 from the Pillars of Strength set because they're really cool. Bought 4 random packs. One of them had a secret rare. One of them had an alt art. And
Your luck with random packs honestly astounds me.
honestly though, but also with Digimon too, the amount of random packs I bought, I think not many to be honest, because I was buying booster boxes. But every now and then, once I'd bought a box and I only needed a couple of cards or alt arts, I'm like, you know what? I'll buy a random pack. And I think 9 times out of 10, I pulled a secret rare and alt art from those packs.
Like ones you hadn't got already.
Yeah, ones I didn't
Yeah.
have. And like, so like BT8, the one that we opened on the channel,
Yeah.
I bought a random pack of BT8 before I bought the box. And from that, I pulled one of the 2 secret rares. I pulled the Imperial Dramon Paladin Mode secret rare.
Yeah.
And so when I bought the box, I was like, please give me the Creepymon secret rare in this box.
Yep.
And then
I
on
pulled
the
it.
final pack of the box, you opened that pack and you pulled me the Creepymon secret rare. And so I bought a box and 1 random pack and I
you got
completed
everything.
the set.
It's just like so easy and so much
Yeah.
more affordable.
So much more affordable.
Yeah.
Pokemon
gosh.
booster boxes are like $200.
Yeah.
Digimon booster boxes are at half that. And I know I'm going to get a complete set.
And that's if you get it from Game Traders.
Yeah, yeah.
EB Games is
It's like $250.
probably more if you don't pre-order.
If you don't pre-order,
That's
yeah.
pre-ordering it.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Sorry,
dude.
EB. It's just cheaper at Chermside.
So much better at Game
Yeah.
Traders. But like, yeah, so Digimon I fell off as well, but it was a good couple of years.
Yeah. That was exciting.
Yeah, I honestly loved it. It's been my favorite card game to collect, 100%.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask you, what's your favorite?
That Digimon has been my favorite to collect.
What's your favorite collection?
I don't know. I mean, my Wizards of the Coast Pokemon folder
Yeah.
is certainly my favorite folder that I have.
Yeah.
Other than my Digimon promo folder. Because that truly was a labor of love.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have every promo card from the first 2 years, before they moved to Block 2.
Yeah.
I have every promo card, every event card, every alternate art promo card from that
Insanity.
time. Every Tamer Party, every tournament card, winner card, participant card, everything.
Yeah.
Like, and I mapped that folder out on Microsoft Excel. I spent hours on the Digimon card game wiki,
Yeah.
figuring out what I wanted to get. And I'm like, oh, technically I don't need this, but I want to put it in there
Yeah.
anyway for this set. I went hard on that folder. And so
Well, that's
every time I look at it, I feel immense joy.
Yeah.
Because I think that is my favorite part about collecting
Just
cards.
assembling everything.
Is
yeah.
assembling the set, is having a collection, putting them in the folder. Second to none. That is the best feeling in the world.
When you fill out an entire page.
But like, yeah, it's That is the best feeling to me, honestly, is filling out the folder. And like, especially because I mapped out the folder and I had to hunt all of them down. You know, some of these cards, like, you can't get in packs. Like, you have to have been at the tournament to get it. And so, like, I contacted people on Facebook, on eBay. I got in touch through forums. I found them all.
And forums.
And I like, I seriously, I love that feeling, dude.
Yeah. And you say you like that more just because of the effort you went into, as opposed to Pokemon when it was just an eBay bid.
Absolutely, yeah. Like the effort that I put into assembling that folder is what makes me happiest.
Yeah.
And right now I'm working on 2 enormous folders of Doctor Who Magic the Gathering cards, which I've never been a Magic the Gathering person purely because it seems so insane to me. And
they're massive sets.
I dipped my toes in with the Lord of the Rings Magic set because I was like, these are fucking nice cards.
Yeah.
And I knew the Doctor Who set was coming out, which I knew I was going to get.
Yeah.
So I dipped my toes in with Lord of the Rings to be like, okay, what are the rarities?
Yeah.
What's the pull rate situation? How do you get these cards? Like, I dipped my toes in and understood Magic through Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And so when Doctor Who came out, I could go all in and I knew immediately what was good, what I needed, where I could get it. Like, yeah. So that was very cool. And that set is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like,
all the foils and extended foils.
But I'm going to fill it out. And again, much like my Digimon Alt Arts, my Wizards of the Coast base set holos, and now my Doctor Who Magic cards, those are the things that, like, over 2024, I don't think I'm going to buy anything new.
Yeah.
I think I'm purely just going to focus in on that. I'd love to finish off some of my Japanese Scarlet Violet sets.
Yeah, that would
like,
be cool.
Because what, I got Scarlet, Violet, Triple Beat,
Yeah.
and 151. So I'd love to finish off I've finished them as much as I would like to right now.
Yeah.
It's just Alt Arts now.
Yeah.
Some of which are fucked, man. But I'd love to finish those.
Yeah.
But I think those other sets, the Doctor Who, the base set, Wizards of the Coast, and the Digimon Alts, that's what I want to focus on moving forward.
Yeah.
And, you know, it goes without saying, obviously, we've both been opening Alestral's cards. Plenty of videos on the channel of that currently.
Yeah.
Another one, depending on when this comes out, depending on when that comes out.
Oh, that would be good.
A double booster box opening. Well, that's probably out already. If it is, I'll pop the thumbnail on the screen.
So we both got the Kickstarter. I got a couple of decks. You got all 5.
Yep.
And a couple of packs, and then obviously the booster boxes, which you've seen. So that's been really fun. I think that was the first time I went and like filled out a folder.
Yeah.
And trying to like fill out as much of a set as possible, because I don't really do that with Pokemon cards. I just keep all the commons and rares and all that just in the booster box I got them in, or just another box. So that was fun.
Yeah,
I was like,
very fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now.
You see why I've got fucking like 30 of those Ultra Pro Eclipse binders in this house right now?
Yeah.
Like,
because I got like
so many.
The things I do with these binders, I just keep like my valuable cards, like ones I have from my childhood, or all the Vs and EXs that I get, and then the really rare cards are all top loaded. But yeah, filling out the folder was so much fun.
Yeah, it is my favorite part of the collection.
Yeah,
is filling out the folder and then sitting and looking at it and going, "Fuck,
like, man, that looks sexy."
All I want to do right now is go and look at my Digimon like promo folder.
We do that after this.
Brings me such joy.
We'll take a look.
But yeah, and like there are other small games here and there that I've like collected as well. I have a master set in there of the Panini like FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 cards. As far as I know, first time that they've ever printed like FIFA women's cards.
Yeah.
And me and my partner bought a couple of booster boxes of those and ripped into that and bought a folder, and then I bought the remaining 100 singles off eBay.
That's a cool folder to look at.
It's a very cool folder, and because like, you know, the World Cup was such a big event this year in terms of like, me and my partner watched so many games and like rooting for the Matildas the whole time, and like it was just great fun. And so to have those cards, it's a nice memento of that really cool event,
a historic event too.
Yeah, it was game changing. It was fantastic. But
sweet.
God, I love trading cards, man.
Yeah, same.
Like, I've collected a bunch of other stuff. I've got comics, obviously. I've done CDs and DVDs and pop vinyls and video games and Tarzos and books and like, but I don't know, trading cards to me they're just something else.
It's something else. It's the collection part. It's filling out the folder, but it's the feeling of when you get a hit. It's when you get that old art.
It's gambling.
It's gambling. Yeah, it really gambling. Is. But it's fun as fuck when you get that EX. You get that surprise full art. You get the rarest card in the set somehow that you weren't expecting to get. It's a feeling that's very hard to describe and it's hard to beat.
And like a lot of people will pass judgment and be like, "Oh, you're collecting trading cards."
Just pieces of cardboard and plastic.
But then for real, like, yeah, that feeling though, when you open a pack and you get a hit, my God, man.
Yeah.
It is the best feeling.
So, even just like opening the pack and it's like the smell.
The smell, man.
Oh boy.
That's why I have all my cards in one place, because I open the cupboard and I get a whiff of like
In
trading
one
cards.
piece.
In one I left everything I gathered together in one place. Now you just
Dreamin'.
have to find it. These words drove men to the Grand Line. I know the whole opening, dude.
I know. Dreaming. Don't give it up, Tyler.
All right, well, I'm about to give it up and end this podcast.
Nice. Nice, dude.
But yeah, anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this little, not a weird one. We've done weird ones, but like just us talking about how we got into trading cards and
Our
what we like about them.
collections. Yeah. It's been a good chat. We've found out some stories about each other that we didn't know about.
Yeah, that Yu-Gi-Oh one still haunts me to this day, man.
We're gonna get you.
We're gonna
Come find you. We're gonna find your home. If someone wants to
I don't even
dox him,
remember his name.
we'll find out. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks
Hope
so
you've
much.
enjoyed this somewhat random video of ours. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it.
Okay, that's good. Hey man, that's great.
And be sure to tune in next Sunday for our final episode of
Yeah.
2023. It is going to be a special one.
it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I can't
Very excited.
wait.
Do you want to tease what it is?
Let's just say that it takes place between the years of 2007 and 2012.
All right,
that's
a perfect clue.
That's all we'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, travel safe, everyone. And we will catch you in the next one.
No,
Don't do a Markiplier ending.
We'll do that for the last episode.
Bottom of the morning to you.
Bye.
Bye.